everybody, and welcome back to another video inside of Lost Legacy. I am not going to be joined by Bucky the Rat. I am not going to be joined by a swooping crow in the sky. I'm all by myself, and I'll explain why, because this episode's going to be a little bit filler, but for good reason. But something that has to be filler is something that's going to fill up my belly, if you get my drift. So I'm going to have a pork chop, which will do just that. Nom 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 nom. It doesn't seem to have healed my little heart down there. Just see, I've got a little half a heart missing in the bottom there. I don't know. That's a little bit weird, but hopefully seeing Lofty will make my heart whole again. What a nice pun. And as you can see in the dispenser, there you go, Lofty. You can have your breakfast, and you can stay here today because, of course, that is kind of like just the general thing that happens around here, right? Well, what am I doing all by myself? Why am I a lone wolf, as I guess you could say? I'll explain that once we have gone down to the Love Garden and seen who we're going to be adding to it today. And if you don't know what my Love Garden is, it's basically what Stampy's Love Garden is. It's a place where, of course, I show appreciation for all the different things that people have done and all of these different people which Stampy added and all of, let's see, all of you guys over here. There's a couple of people over here that I've added over the course of the last couple episodes, and one of those people is right here, NRW Gaming. Now that is because he's been a really cool person in my Discord server. I've gotten to speak to him quite a lot, and he's just a really nice person, and I'm glad that I've gotten the opportunity to meet someone like that. So thank you very much for that, and welcome to the Love Garden. Sorry, I've just eaten, so if my voice sounds a little bit clogged or stuffy or whatever, that is the reason why, and we'll go this way. So what I'm going to be doing today is doing something that's never been done before. Maybe, actually, I have to verify that. Probably bad me saying that, but something that I've not done and I'm kind of scared to do because it's a bit in practice, I guess. So we're going to be going over to the Beautyfier. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically inside of the Pretty Kitty Spa, which was built a very long time ago, probably about 10 years ago coming up on. Quite crazy. And it's right over here, just at the end of this path here. And why we're going to be going over here, why I'm going to be going over here, is because if you guys haven't noticed, I'm a little bit different. Do you guys remember my Bedrock Edition kind of skin, how I was a bit more of a wolf? Well, I kind of am, but I've got, Java, when I moved, did something, and it was not the best, so I wanted to kind of spend time in here today, so, I might as well, whilst I'm here, dunk my feet in the water, and let the fishes lick the dirt off of them, as Stampy said. We've got another thing here, like a little hot tub jacuzzi. We might as well just get myself ready to go in there, because why not? This episode's going to be kind of short if it's literally just me going in here, but, yes, quite a small room, and without the helpers, I'm going to have to turn on the machine myself, it's okay, I think I can do that. I've just got to stand in here according to the manual and hopefully things happen. But, I'm kind of feeling something. My body feels a little bit tingly. I don't quite know how to explain this. Hopefully that's a good thing, but I guess I will only wait and find out. Okay, I think it's worked. I'm really drowning. I don't know what happened there. My thing just kind of, wow, that was weird to explain, but yeah. Looks like it's worked. It looks like I am in my old Bedrock skin, which is probably one of my favourite versions of my skin that I've used. As I say, when the world moved to Java and things got a bit weird, yeah, it wasn't exactly the best, but my skin is now restored, things are good. The Beautyfier does in fact work, and, I wonder if I go back in if it'll make me any more beautiful. Nah, I guess I'm just fine the way I am. Good moral of the story, right? So, whilst I'm just running around, I might as well show some things or future plans that I'd like to do with Lost Legacy. One of those things is finding a way to expand this area, because the thing is, so Stampy kind of said that he likes this area as a media district. So, by that I mean we have obviously the Good News Shop here, we have the Movie Magic here, the Film Studio, and of course the Telebox Shop. Of course, the Clairton's kind of just the exception to the rule, where it's just wedged there, but, why not get Pizza Washer on set? Why not? I really want to expand this, because I feel like there's a lot of potential, but with Stampy's town being more districtized, whatever the word is, districtified, it makes it very difficult to find the room and means to do so, and that heart is really messing up my eating, because I think it's trying to regenerate it, but it can't, so it's like, it just keeps on freaking out. But over here, I've been doing some more stuff, so we're not done yet with all the things that I've been doing. Little things here and there. I've expanded out this terrain, which is like the second time I've done this, because I did this in the old timeline, if you guys remember, so back when we were on the original console edition world. This here is, of course, now just built out over where we can build more restaurants in the future as we please. And I do, because I've got one coming up, which won't be built here exactly. It will be built next to the lighthouse. And you're probably wondering, how are you going to build something next to the lighthouse? There's not really expandable room there, if you think about it. And I would beg to differ, because I've done an expansion here, which may be seen as a little bit controversial, but I think it's kind of nice. At least we've got a lot more room to work with. And there will be one shop here, but this shop is going to be quite big. I think it's like 28 by 19. And I'll explain what that is, because I think you guys are going to really want to come back and see this one. So, it's a Chinese shop, basically. So, it's not selling Chinese food, because that's impossible with Minecraft, but we wanted a design that was different, and it's going to be like a red, but not like Big Apple kind of thing. Basically, we're going to be selling, it's going to be a bed and breakfast, so it'll be open at night, like a little hotel, and each table and chair, each chair will be like a bed, and so you'd sleep in the bed, and you'd wake up and eat your breakfast. So it's like bed and breakfast, you know? None of this going down the corridor just to find where you're going business. It's literally a bed and breakfast, which I think is pretty cool. And we're going to be building that in the next episode, so hopefully you guys stay tuned for that. But we're not done yet. I still have more things to show. But first, I'm going to head over to the bedroom. And I'm wondering, does this still work? I don't know if it does because of redstone, but it'd be cool if it does. I don't know, you know? I might have to look into that to see, because I don't really have time in this episode. Not, well, I do, but you guys don't want to see me just standing around, do you? So yeah, let's go through another plan that I have. Because I want to build a Ferris wheel. Now, not just any old Ferris wheel in the fun land, like around attractions. No. I want this to be the Lovely Eye, as I'm going to codename call it. And by that I mean it needs to be huge. It needs to be grand. You need to see it from the balcony. And we're heading to the balcony area unintentionally, actually, because, well, intentionally, because I need to sleep. But imagine this. You're standing out here, and then over that way, there's just a big, like, obviously, I don't know how wide it'll be from here, but maybe the side of the hill will probably clip it a little bit. But it'll just be really cool and tall and just grand as anything. And I'm really trying to find a design for it. And if you guys are able to design me a Ferris wheel that I think looks really cool and that works for a design, I will add you to the Love Garden, hands down. If you're not already added, which, let's face it, there's a lot of people in my Discord server and a lot of other people that have been added in the past. But if you're new and you know you haven't been added, neither way, you will get credit. Oh, that was close. So don't worry, you will get credit, as I say. Also, one other thing, I've been trying to get rid of some of these drainage tunnels, and I've missed a slab down there. 2 slabs. I don't know, they're kind of cool. But this is obviously restored back to how it was, and I don't know if I ever mentioned this, and I know you guys have seen, actually. Wait, this part I haven't. I changed the path here at the front of the theatre. I thought it just kind of made sense a bit more. Everything apart from this was oak, and I'm not sure how I like it, but it does fit in a lot more than it just being oak. And I added some slabs under the theatre here, actually, because I thought it looked a little bit plain and being the way it was. And I added some stone bricks around the entrance as well, because I believe that they weren't there initially. The armoured shop, I think, is the same. But yeah, no, I added a path going down this way off camera, actually. So we now have this coming down here to the armour shop. And I never showed this. I don't believe I did, anyway. And if I did, then I apologise. But this here is supposed to be like a little kind of thing, but like where the mob trap was, there was this horrible dirt wall here, and we decided why not utilize a bit of Harrison's house with it. So I think we came down here at one point off camera and we saw he wasn't there, so we just basically decided we were gonna pack up everything. And as I said, I think I did show this because I said it was gonna be Harrison's history hill, didn't I? So yeah, I did show that. My apologies. That was a little bit kind of, yeah. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know. I'm going to loop around this way, firstly, because there's a couple things that I've done around the back town that I think will be cool for you guys to see. So, this is a little bit, like, controversial. not controversial in that sense. I had to rebuild the globe again. Now, I'd never touch anything that Stampy built. I'd never rearrange anything that he builds, because Stampy's obviously designed things perfectly to his intentions. However, I'm designing things around that, and so I would prioritize my own builds for moving over Stampy's. Now, what I've basically done with the globe, if you guys remember back in, I think it was Rusty's Return, I came in here and there was a little path and the globe was away from this. I've now since moved the globe, and not only have I moved it, I've flipped it by around, I want to say like it was around 270 degrees, just based on the fact that like it's clockwise around, I think. So yeah, that would kind of make sense. So of course, if we head in here, still the same thing. I don't like to be in here for too long without armor on, because there have been mobs in there in the past, believe it or not. But yeah, what does that mean in terms of significance? Well, it kind of means that I've also done a few other path movals. So if you guys remember when I had this one here, there was a path coming 2 blocks behind this, and then there was this here. This now, I think the path kind of came up to here, then went this way, and then kind of turned around sharp left like this. Well, now, of course, as you can see, I've kind of made everything a bit more tidy behind the museum, and all this area is just here the same. And I never really showed much of the terrain back here, I don't think. I've just kind of connected all this back to the outer edges because I thought it made things a little bit easier to just work with. And of course, it kind of blocks off the old border between the world and the edges. But, you know, old meets new in ways that are controversial, but kind of cool. And, you know, it's kind of ironic me saying that, considering I'm like the least likely person that can take a lot of change going around. What did I do back here? Okay, I need to fix the back, clearly, because when I moved this, I didn't have enough materials, if I remember correctly. So with this path being moved here now, you guys probably don't have that many memories of this, but I once again think that it was the train track video where I came here when I was exiting the train area there. This, people think it's supposed to be a graveyard for the helpers. Now, this is not the case whatsoever. In fact, this place here is supposed to be like a tribute to the fact that they came back. So, if you guys don't know, in my old timeline, I had William, Polly, and Fizzy. And, of course, I decided that, like, when I moved, I couldn't really use those characters anymore, because if you don't understand the lore, go back and watch the Is This the End video. Or the, what's it called? It's like the one before that. Before Is This the End? Watch those 2 videos, and you'll understand. I can't remember the title to save my life, but that's okay. So this place is supposed to be like because during the collab that me and Charles did a while back, we of course my helpers came over, or his help no. So during the collab, his old helpers that got glitched into my timeline, I temporarily had them again. They were different to the ones that I originally had, which is very confusing to explain. Just go watch all the videos. Yeah, how about this? There's a Lost Legacy playlist. Go enjoy. But people keep saying either way, this is a graveyard. It's not a graveyard. It's for the helpers, and just a memory thing of the fact that they are now somewhat out in the very vast wilderness of Charles's world. And you know, maybe one day when this world's a lot more built up, and I can maybe find the helpers that originally left this time than with Stempy, it would be kind of cool to show them the progress. And I already showed the scuba shop, but not really in too much like detail. I got rid of a lot of ice and snow around the areas. Remember, there was like, this whole lake had a lot of ice in it initially. This was done on Bedrock. I never really showed this, but let's just swim over to this island over here to kind of give you guys a bit of clarity as to what I've done. But there was a lot of ice. This whole lake was basically iced up, around like half of it. And I was like, look, you know, if I'm gonna move the scuba shop over to there, it's gonna be a little bit messy. So I decided not to, and I realized how far away the island is, so I'm not gonna swim over there because time limitations or whatever. Right then, what else is there for me to kind of show that I want to do? I guess I'll show where the windmill I want to put this is. This is like the roadmap for the next 50 episodes, because if you guys didn't know, it's episode 850, which is kind of crazy. Like, I feel like I could have hit this milestone a lot sooner, but I've got a lot of personal limitations outside of recording, and just things that stop me from really having a lot of energy to do this for long periods of time. So I do forgive my sudden drops of motivation and my bursts of life when I have them. But where's the windmill gonna go? You probably windmill Ferris wheel. Did I call it a windmill before? I don't know if I did. I don't know why I did call it a windmill. But either way, I haven't done the path for it yet. But it's gonna go here. So there was like this really tall peak thing. It's not really tall. It was like a moderately sized hill. And I was like, meh, it's kind of ugly. So I was just thinking, I need to cook for a moment and take this thing down because it was bad. So instead of all that, I've decided to put some terrain here. And the Ferris wheel, as I should be calling it, is going to go up here. There might be a bit of land that I expand out there just a little bit, but I'll make it obviously natural, and you won't really know that it's not supposed to be there unless you're a Stampy fan even. So yeah, that's kind of how this is gonna go, and that's almost like basically I say almost, that is basically everything there is to show that I'm working on. I do a lot of stuff on this world off camera, and I just wanted to kind of have a reason to show things off without me having to run halfway across the map. No, that's not it. I have since made a back entrance to William's Cave. Now, this is like where Bucky kind of sleeps. So he's got a spare pair of armor. There's some stuff in that chest, I believe. This is private stuff, so I don't need to show. Some carrots here. This is obviously from William's stuff. And so yeah, like I probably won't touch too much of this, especially like the old stuff. But this is kind of how it is. I hope you guys like it. I mean, if you guys think that Bucky should maybe use William's Cave, then feel free to do so. You know what I want to do? I haven't ever been inside of Chester's home, you know, and I think it'll be really cool. He's not here. I believe the helpers have gone on like a little day off. I don't know where they've gone, but they just put down a note early this morning saying that early yesterday, because I started technically when the sun, saying that they were going to go and just do some things, and I forgot about the Wither Roses. That's great. I just want to see. Whoa. I have not been in here in a very long time. This is crazy. Okay. I guess he's still unpacking things. I guess he must have unpacked some things because there's some empty barrels around. He's got some cobwebs up here. I never even knew how much of this he changed. What have we got out here? Just the deck chair still. He's definitely boarded things up, you know. I mean, I don't blame him. Privacy is a very big, important thing. I'll get on to the basement last, just because I don't really know what to expect. I didn't expect a big old lighting glitch. I'm surprised there's not a creeper in here where they're like, hello! who would, like, you know, who would really not think that that would happen? Same with that room, to be fair. It all looks a bit dim and dreary in some of these locations, but the basement's where I'm going to be kind of scared and be quick. Okay, so he's still got the original feather thing here. Nothing new down here, which I need to be mindful of. And there's a dirt block from an Enderman somewhere. I don't know where they would have taken that from, but oh well. It doesn't matter, because that is going to be everything. We've been high and low around the world. I do have some more things to show in the Funland, but those will be when I, of course, build minigames. And if you guys have any ideas, leave them down below. I really want to make, if there's not already, an ideas channel in my Discord server. I think it'll be really cool to get your community feedback and ideas, because, you know, I'm going to say this, you guys are a lot more creative than I am. I really have a hard time coming up with good and worthy minigame ideas. So it'll be really cool to see what you guys think. And yeah, so a bit of a summary for today's episode. We've been up around everywhere trying to, you know, show things. We've fixed my skin, which has been a really big issue between now and, well, between when I started here on Java and now, but we should be good now, unless they don't update the mod for like 600 billion years. But we will not talk about that. And if that happens, don't worry. I won't be beautifying myself off camera, on camera. That'll be stuff that I do off camera. So thank you very much for watching me in this bit of a different video. In my next video, I'll be going to build the Chinese B&B, which you guys should definitely keep your eyes peeled for. But for now, I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye!